We're live. It's us. It's us. It's your boys.
Hey everyone, this is Luck powering on.
You
How
guys,
goes it?
you guys like the image I've picked for today?
The CGI
The
eyes.
CGIs.
CGI's. It's so blatant. It's so. Oh god. I mean. Okay, so before we, in our little green room, right, in our little pre-stream um little lobby there, we were literally
Mhm.
just talking, debating as to whether this movie should be at the very bottom or whether it should be just above the Incredible Hulk. Not the Incredible Hulk, just that one.
The Hulk's
Or
not
above,
incredible yet.
Yeah, yeah, he's not
or
incredible
above
yet.
Captain, the
That
theatrical release.
that is that is a good indication as to where our hearts and minds are right now. I'm gonna be honest. We watched this yesterday, less than 24 hours ago. I already don't remember. I don't remember it. I do not remember what we saw yesterday.
I have some more vague memories of it. I remember Pomeranian, that was a great part of it.
I'm I'm
Aw, little murder puppy.
I'm glad
Lily's
I
computer crashed. The
it
DVD
did it did
crashed.
it the DVD like crashed VLC. It was wild. Um It also had a cascade effect where Discord started fucking up, and it was a whole thing. I don't know I don't know what happened there. It was kind of insane,
It,
and I was like exhausted yesterday too. So like in between all that, it was just a weird time.
again, it was cursed.
Absolutely cursed. So
He's just staring behind you
yeah,
ominously.
Luck, you hit me with the question before we even started of what on earth are we gonna talk about to fill up the time for this movie. I have an idea, and that idea is mostly to more holistically look at the whole trilogy of Blade and kind of see what led us here. To try and discuss and analyze that a little bit, because I think we both agreed, right? The first Blade movie, really stylish, really interesting, maybe not the best
Mm.
film, but like we were glad we had seen it by the time we were done, right? Like this like it is very
Yeah.
style over substance, but that is
Yeah.
okay.
And at least it was very honest
And
about
like
what
this
kind of like action-packed kind of superhero fighting they wanted to
The
do in the
action is
movie
all really
too.
good.
yeah.
Wesley Snipes is
And
giving his 100%.
and the second movie, I feel like it also had good vision as well. Definitely you could tell that it was helmed by a competent director.
Yeah, it was still kind of shit, but it was shit as presented by Guillermo del Toro, and just based off of that alone, right? It had certain things in its favor, including some of the practical effects, including some of the set pieces. There were things going for it, for sure.
Well, and at least there was a goal that we all could follow,
Yeah. It's a relatively
for the
easy story to
film.
follow at
Yeah.
the end of the day. Um so these movies have all been very style over substance, and then of course movie 2 kind of is lesser than movie 1. Significant, it's a big drop off. The
I'd
biggest
argue to
issue
say,
with this
despite being
movie,
style over substance for the other two movies, there's still something.
well, they're simple scripts. They're simple scripts presented very stylishly, and that's the definition of style over substance.
Mhm.
Very definition of style over substance. This one is, they forgot to put in the style. So you're left with kind of nothing. Right? There's like nothing to discuss here. There's nothing to talk about. The main things that you can talk about this movie are a lot of things surrounding it, like the fact that apparently it was a fucking disaster. They were supposed to actually. I was because I had you guys watch the Cosmonaut picture show video on this, right?
Yeah.
Um, it mentions in there. There's like a bit of a snippet from like Patton Oswalt, who's in this movie. That like this whole movie production was a fucking disaster, right? They had
Yeah,
a
and then it had
script.
like two
Yeah,
different kiss of deaths.
yeah, they had one being Ryan Reynolds, who back then was in all the bad superhero movies for some reason.
Shit, I'm
Well,
trying to
and the
remember the
thing
other
is,
kiss
is
of death.
Ryan
Um,
Reynolds' character in this movie was supposed to be comic relief, but it was just
not even a
so
little funny.
it,
Not funny.
not
Didn't
even
Not
laugh.
even
yeah,
vaguely.
like
I don't think my
not
I think I like whenever he made a joke, I would do like an anti like laugh. I would get like
Laugh out of the
angrier.
embarrassment of it.
No. I would just frown deeper. I would just feel like anger in my soul. I would just
It was like he's annoying. Punch
yeah,
him.
yeah. There were like 3 different times where you think he dies in the movie and you're like happy.
Oh yeah,
Each time
absolutely.
until it's revealed that he's fine actually and you're like god damn it.
Why weren't you dead?
It's this movie has fucking nothing going for it, right? Like the plot of it is ostensibly like Dracula is back. I guess some vampires accidentally dig up Dracula, and Dracula starts Dracula-ing all over the place, and the
Does he look like a
heroes.
Chad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
walking through the street. He looks like he's on a 5,000 year mewing streak. Um, absolutely ridiculous. It's very funny, honestly. Triple H is in it. I don't know. They got like the usual like cadre of decentish stars, but none of them are
Oh, that
trying.
was the other kiss of death.
Oh yeah,
Having a wrestler
wrestler
acting.
wrestler acting. The other kiss of death. True. Um, it's just like a cadre of actors just not giving a shit and just being incompetent, and according to some of the stories that was like intentional on some of their parts, right? Like Wesley Snipes
Specifically
reportedly
Wesley
hated the
Snipes.
script so fucking much he just like smoked weed in his trailer all day and didn't give a shit and
He's
just
so
refused to
real for that.
cooperate and just it's really funny, honestly. I kind of respect him more.
Honestly, and seeing how the script played out, I don't blame
Oh, the
them for
script's
that.
dog shit, right? Like
It's bad.
yeah, like the I'm like trying to remember. I'm like straining myself, trying to. Hey,
Hello,
Joe.
Joe.
I'm straining myself trying to remember certain aspects, like the whole thing with Whistler, right? Movie 2, they bring Whistler back because they were like, oh no, we got a sequel, and one of our most important supporting characters is dead. Let's dig him out from the fucking grave, bring him back. Movie 3, he just like dies halfway through, unceremoniously, like it literally doesn't matter. You forget
Technically,
about it.
yeah, technically ceremoniously, they
There's an
framed it as like a
explosion.
self-sacrifice.
There's an
Yeah.
explosion. He does a thing.
Honestly, this movie, I agree
I
with
like
the
didn't
video.
process it.
Yeah, I agree
Do I
with the
remember
video.
the
They
white
basically used
baby?
what?
Oh my
The
god, I
white
do.
baby.
Oh my god, I
Oh,
do remember the white baby. Oh my god, I do.
before we get into the white
Yes.
baby, I'm just going to agree with the video that was sent of, yeah, this movie used explosives to kind of compensate for a lack of substance or style.
Yeah,
Well,
the
all
the
the
action was
freaking fight
horrible.
scenes, the action scenes were just nonsense because, like, there was no reason for them to occur. We had a whole bunch of other scenes where we were like, why is this a scene in this movie? Why is this happening? There's literally no, like, the naked woman in the shower. We're like,
Oh my god. Oh my
that
god. Oh
The
my god, it's
that
feature.
coming back to
scene
me.
made
Oh
no
my god,
sense.
this movie's coming back to me and I'm getting a headache. It's like I've oh god, is this what like Professor X feels like? When,
And
like,
here's the
he's
thing, I'm not
Constantly.
a movie
like
person.
oh god.
Like, and I'm like, I literally have like the probably the blandest taste for movies here, and like even I'm going, man, this is
It was terrible.
bad.
Give me a
Okay.
pizza with none.
Oh my I have a whole list of things now I need to talk about mentally. Like first of all, the damn white baby, right? Okay, so this movie has a whole thing where like the bad guys are always taking some kid or some woman hostage or whatever. You know, as per usual, right? At one point, bad guy like is running. Drake is slash Drake. They call him Drake. Dracula's called Drake in this because fuck me personally, I guess. He's like running through an apartment. He picks up a baby. There's like a black woman. It's notable that I say she's a black woman screaming like my baby. Ah! And then they go up on a roof. He throws the baby. Blade catches the baby. It's a white baby. I remember just being so like confused for a second.
Baffled.
I was just like, what? I was like, what? What? Okay, no one tried. No one tried in any aspect of this. It shows so hard. Wesley Snipes, right, the first movie, he's doing the action scenes. It's clean. It's crisp. It like
There's care.
there's care. He sells each hit. He looks like he's actually fucking these guys up. It's great. Second one, like third one, he's just
He kind
like
of just like pushes
taps
some
him,
guys.
just like pushes him. He's just like kind of moving around, just like barely even like like he's like doing the action scene in the way that like like I would do it if I was told to like be in an action movie. So Jill says Drake is from the comics. I don't really care. It's really stupid
HL
still.
was also kind of a bit of a researcher, but like despite
Absolute
having some
absolute
research
props to Seychelle.
explanation,
Absolute props to Seychelle,
yeah,
who actually
I
Seychelle, who actually like watched the
Just to see
movie
they were
with
following the
us
comics.
and
I
like,
do want to
oh my
say
god.
this, regardless of if things were pulled from the comics or not, I think
Still,
I
it's
found
still
myself
bad.
basically
Oh,
bored and
wait,
befuddled.
I remembered another thing about Whistler. Remember,
What?
like, his
What?
daughter who basically described
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
herself
oh
as
about
yeah.
the
being...
She was like, I
Night
was born out of wedlock. Like like
No,
like people
no
do.
one says that.
She says that like people do. Oh yeah,
Of
yeah.
course, normal dialogue.
Oh,
The dialogue was something.
Sajel pointing out that the crew, so like there's a crew that joins up with Blade,
Yeah,
meeting
Night
him,
Stalkers.
Night Stalkers or whatever. Yeah, they're a comic book crew, Sajel pointed out. And apparently they're not terribly accurate. Like Abigail Whistler's daughter in the comics is like like almost styled like a cowgirl. In this one she's just like discount Kate Bishop, which is so disappointing. So endlessly disappointing. Um it's like okay, what was like
I feel like the story is like Blade he gets set up in the beginning,
yeah,
okay?
he gets
Set
canceled.
up.
He gets canceled.
Yeah, he gets
Yeah,
canceled. Then he gets basically abducted, and then this rookie crew breaks him out, and then they have to basically form a truce or alliance to take down Drake, and then the whole movie is just action scenes leading up to
Yeah,
meeting Drake and fighting Drake.
it
That's
it,
it.
it kind of feels like they have no motivation whatsoever. Like it's less that there's like in the first movie
a
the
lot of
plot is like really hokey, right? There the whole like thing about like the vampire aristocracy, you got to get the do the ritual, this and that. Like it's stupid, but at least there's something that's holding it, that's holding the action scenes together. In this movie there's like
yeah,
nothing to push any
Nothing.
sort of forward momentum. It's like there's no plot,
and then
no
storytelling.
either there's no, the bad guys don't have any plan or thing that they're doing.
Oh,
It's the
my power surging.
it's just, oh gosh, yeah, it's just that like they
Okay, it
just,
didn't lose power, but it did surge.
oh gosh, you scared me there a little bit.
Trying to kick me out.
Oh my gosh, they said no,
The
you don't want
movie's
to,
curse.
you don't want to talk about Blade. We got you.
I actually thought of a concept that I did like. There was one line that I was like, man, I kind of wish they leaned more into it. And it makes a callback to the previous
Anyway,
movie where we had that really cool,
let
like,
me,
autopsy. Yeah, I'll let you finish real
yeah,
quick.
yeah, yeah. Just there's no, the bad guys don't have a plan. There's nothing pushing the movie forward. No reason for the heroes to go and fight these guys aside from that the two of them just kind of keep on fucking with each other, right? Like there's no like unified thing, right? It's just the bad guys just keep on trying to kind of fuck with them for fun. I get, you don't even know why either of them are doing any of what they're doing. That's why you give them like a thing that they want or a thing that they're trying to do, not just generally have like, well, it's Dracula, he's evil, we gotta kill him, and also he keeps on fucking with us, I guess. It's like nah. Continue.
I was gonna say, like, one concept that I wish they had rolled with more to give that reason so the movie could fall forward and not continuously stumble backwards was they were basically positioning Drake as like the ancestor of all vampires, and they were making a weapon and they needed his blood to essentially like
Oh yeah, they did
chemically
mention
put
that.
down all vampires.
They did mention that.
They did, and I thought that concept was cool, and they could have built a story around that as a whole.
Yeah,
Like,
wouldn't it have been like cool if there were
and
like
we could have had cool
stakes
autopsy scenes,
surrounding that?
especially with like the mutated vampire dogs that they brought in, which were actually the best part.
I mean, heck, they like
Good bomb.
literally make a point to say that like Ryan Reynolds was a vampire originally. Blade is a vampire. Like it would might have been an actual, wouldn't it have been cool if there was like a plot surrounding like maybe ambiguity as to whether the virus would have affected them and whether it would have like possibly killed them, and that it became a thing of like, are they willing to like sacrifice themselves for like the greater good? That would have been cool, right? That would have been cool.
Yeah.
That would have been like, that would have been like a plot.
Wouldn't it be cool if the movie was just good?
Yeah. Also, Sichel mentioning the Ziploc people. Yeah, they had a bunch of people in Ziplocs.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah, this
They had a
I
yeah
what was the
freaking
context for that scene
shrink wrapped
again?
human blood
yeah.
farm.
They had them shrink wrapped.
In my
For
notes, I
freshness.
refer to it as McVampies.
Yeah, yeah, for extended freshness. It was like just a strangely like I kind of want to say horrifying and maybe not graphic, but like it was a horrifying scene in the middle of an otherwise
Like the
really
Matrix.
boring movie, and it was kind of
Hmm.
shocking. And I think the fact that like it just
That
felt
was able to
so.
invoke emotion.
No, I mean, if anything, it was
Oh,
just negative emotions. It's just like it's like there's something about seeing something really shocking in the middle of a bad movie that like I'm someone who honestly appreciates shock value stuff sometimes. Like I like horror movies. I like schlock, but
mhm.
it's times like these where I really think about like I guess how you do something like that well, and how and why sometimes something like that feels unearned or feels jarring or bad or icky, because I saw it and
Such
mostly
as
just felt
here.
made me feel icky when it made me feel anything at all. And
Hmm.
I was reminded of this one concept of like and maybe you, dear viewer, can learn a thing or two from this. This concept that I had heard of having to earn your subject matter, basically, of needing to earn serious subject matter through just being able to write it competently or just write competently at all. That like you can't just include something shocking and horrible, that you need to earn the trust of the audience that you will do something good with that by just being a baseline okay writer. And that's how something like this feels like wrong and icky and bad when you have a scene that is very shocking and horrifying, that is surrounded by just
Unearned.
absolute dog shit.
And there was nothing
Yeah,
leading up to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like a jump scare of like one decent scene, and then like they didn't build. It's like nothing else in the movie built off of
it
it.
wasn't deserved, like
It
Lily was
wasn't
saying. Yeah,
earned. It wasn't
Yeah.
earned. They did not uh earn it. Um just like I'm really, once again, I'm like trying to brain blast my way into remembering more of this movie. Um cuz like okay, so, of course the issue. So in many ways this movie is kind of the end of an era, or at least it's us starting to see the writing on the walls as far as like this specific era of superhero movies coming to an end, right? Like
what do you mean? Elektra's next.
I know Elektra's next. I know Elektra comes literally right after, but there is a lot of reason to say that this is what started turning people onto this idea that like, oh hey, maybe like super serious um like gritty superhero movies are shit actually. Maybe this. Oh, the one was fit I hated. Oh yeah. God, lady with the horrible hair. I don't even remember her name. I don't want to remember her name. She apparently dated Ryan
I
Reynolds
don't
in the
remember
movies. Yeah. Um
like at all. Literally only remember
hmm.
Blade, and Ryan Reynolds.
Through this movie and through some of the other surrounding it, people were starting to get like tired of this kind of tone of superhero movie, of the really like grim dark tone, with the just trying to just be a grounded action movie, or as grounded as something this stupid could possibly be. I remember like and I'm like really straining to remember anything here, the like opening title for like Ryan Reynolds, where he's like, this isn't your daddy's Dracula show. Holy water and crosses. That sure is some
Oh
bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
As they literally use garlic spray,
Oh yeah.
and and like
Fucking
UV like light
Papa
weapons
John's
Taking
instead.
itself
pizza
way too
sauce,
seriously.
laser, goddamn bows, whatever. It's
Yeah, we
I
had budget Hawkeye in this film, but
no
for vampires.
no quick speak. I know you aren't much of a vampire person, but I know
I'm not.
me and Luck appreciate our vampire media. I appreciate it maybe a little bit too much sometimes. I have an inherent disdain for any like for any vampire media that likes to act like it's above it. I have inherent disdain for it. I think the classic vampire stories still hold up. I think that they're still fantastic. I think that a lot of what makes vampires so cool is the aesthetics. So I think trying to
Mm,
like morph that or like,
modernize
modernize
it.
it too much is like, that's not that is not the way. You can modernize it to a certain extent. I do love Interview with a Vampire, at least partially because we do get to see their development throughout the centuries, throughout the decades. But Interview with a Vampire does not have active disdain for vampire mythos the same way that this movie often did, or all of these Blade movies really do at the end of the day.
Well, I got the impression it was leaning into way more demonic, threshold rather than vampire.
At times, because
They
As
kind
a
yeah,
of got
yeah,
into that
feeling.
with Drake.
yeah, at times with Drake's design, but also and this is also where I'm gonna. I know you haven't seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is also one that leans into like vampires as demons. That's they literally are demons in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Um,
To remove the
like
moral ambiguity of killing them.
yeah. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is such a such a fucking good show. R.I.P. Anthony Heed. I'm sad again because he died this week.
Rest
Oh
in peace. He was a good
God,
librarian.
he
Crazy
was my
timing.
favorite librarian. Fuck. It's like
If it makes
yeah.
you feel better, I hate zombies more than vampires. So
Why would that make me feel better?
I'm just saying they're not on the bottom of my list.
Okay.
Listen, the one time I've seen someone try to add sex appeal to zombies, it didn't
Yeah,
work
mostly
well.
doesn't work.
No.
You have to be a certain kind of freak.
Yeah, it was Warm Bodies, I think it was called, the movie.
Yeah. I heard that movie actually
That's
wasn't bad.
weird.
It wasn't bad. It was just like, I don't really
Mm.
dig the premise.
Hmm. But Buffy the Vampire Slayer has it honestly digs into vampires and vampire morality in a really interesting way, and it does have
Mm.
a very demon bent to it. Kind of exploring like the ways in which like through the character Spike, who's my favorite very special little guy, exploring like the ways
Yeah,
that the ways that vampires can still be human in a way, the humanity to them, the uh, ethics around the soul, and
You like the
what
Detroit Become Human approach.
I fucking hate Detroit Become Human, but I know what you mean.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
what do you
I know
mean?
that game
Like,
was super
wasn't
successful.
the racism allegory done completely
Oh
well in
yeah, it was
Detroit Become
definitely
Human?
very graceful. There definitely wasn't any issue. My you know what? My relationship with Detroit Become Human is so weird because I own a copy of it. I've played it like 3 to 5 times at this point. I don't quite remember off the
That's
top of my
crazy
head.
if you hate it after playing
Yeah,
it
yeah.
more than once.
I do find enjoyment out of it, but I also think that its story is bad. I also just think it's kind of bad. It's one of those things. If I see a Detroit Become Human cosplayer in the wild, I will absolutely like walk up to them and compliment them and talk talk with them about it. But I will also just like you will never catch me not saying on the internet that I do not like it. It was like 50
I
negatives,
mean,
whatever. You know what I meant.
no, I get it.
Yeah.
And you know what I meant. It's fine.
Yeah.
Vibes.
Yeah. It's it takes the approach of like vampires being able to overcome their own nature, or even just it's a vampire that Buffy the Vampire Slayer just deserves its own discussion, deserves its own complete discussion because it's such an interesting show, and the character of Spike I think is so interesting and so worth talking about and discussing. But that's like an off stream thing. So
But
that's like you need
A
to catch me
longer
with
VC.
But are you trying to make
Yeah.
more of like a point with this, like, this
Oh no, I
narrative
forgot
piece
my
that
point.
Blade? Oh, I was just gonna say because it seems like they could have actually had that narrative piece about Blade because he's a hybrid. So like,
There's multiple opportunities for them to do it. Multiple characters that either are a vampire at one point that get cured. Yeah, the half vampire. The Blade's
the
own mother
thralls.
turns into a vampire in movie 1. There's so many opportunities. Even movie 2 almost seems to lean into this idea because that was Del Toro at the head, that
Mhm.
like that maybe there's a level of humanity to them, but it just never
Never.
clicks. These
I
movies these
No.
I
movies
feel
have
like it might be a
zero
part of.
emotional development.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the Blade comics themselves, but it might be a part of it as DNA because depending on how the comics are made, it might just have vampires as these will always be the enemy. Thus, the movies were already biting from the forbidden fruit, where like, even though we want to do that storyline, we can't.
I mean, I think that's how they are, is the thing. The thing is that when it was just the one movie, that was fine, right? Blade is a badass. The story is
But now,
simple and clean, and the action scenes and the visuals are on point. That's all you needed. But if you're gonna do 2 more movies, you need to expand on something. Needs to give. Someone needs to grow as a person. Fucking someone.
I I think
we
the
did have
only
any
thing I
developments.
liked about this movie was watching the turn to ash effect
I
I
didn't
of the
even
like the
like that.
vampires.
Pomeranian.
I even like the Pomeranian was nice. Though then Ryan
The
Reynolds
Pomeranians
killed
were
it.
great,
How dare he? I'm gonna
How
hate
along with the
dare he?
Pomeranians' buddies.
How
He
fucking
had
dare
guard
the
he?
dogs.
Rottweilers.
So
I can't wait for us to remember all of Ryan Reynolds' horrible fucking movies before we get into
Deadpool.
Deadpool. I might actually require you guys to watch Green
No,
Lantern before we watch
no.
no.
Deadpool. That'd be really funny. No,
Oh
nah,
goodness,
nah,
we're still going to have to
nah.
watch. Shoot, what was it? What was that one with the shitty?
Wolverine Origins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
gonna be enough for us.
Yeah, it will be. I'm tempted to make you
Okay.
guys watch Green Lantern, but then that would mean I would have to watch Green Lantern, so I don't want to do that.
You're like, I
So
can't
yeah,
cross
so
that
I don't want
line.
to
That just
anymore.
be masochism, sadism,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Both.
yeah.
Going through the mid gauntlet these next couple streams.
Oh yeah,
Sorry for us.
for sure. Electra is next, which that's gonna be fucking interesting. Like, holy shit.
I feel like they knew this movie was gonna be bad too because it
Mhm.
only had a budget of 60 million.
It's pretty small. Yeah, I mean,
It's small.
it's not the smallest, right? Not every superhero movie needs to have a budget of 100K. I mean, 100
I
million.
agree.
But it is that less than the previous 2?
Yeah, it is. It is less budget wise. It's significantly less.
Yeah.
The previous two still had over 100
Yeah,
as their
yeah.
budget.
Yeah. Not I mean, it would be a respectable budget if it weren't for the fact that that it was finishing off
It was
everything.
a
Yeah.
box of nothing.
I mean, I get from what you said about the box office, it seemed like that was actually for the best for them. That was kind of them hedging their bets, if anything, because in the box office it only made what, 130,
120 something, yeah.
120. Yeah. That was, imagine if they did give it the same budget as the other ones and it was still just a pile of shit. And then it also bombed. It would have just lost them money. So this was
Yeah.
probably the best case scenario for the studio in a lot of ways. I mean, the best case scenario would have been,
Not making it.
press the make movie good
I
button.
I I I know this is off topic, but in the video gaming sphere we have a similar issue where they're pumping out a whole bunch of like online mass, MMO service like games, and there was a famous one that bombed so hard that when you look at the numbers today, it was like,
I think
damn,
I
and it was
heard
called
about that.
Concord.
Oh, I think I heard about
Concord.
that.
Uh,
And
I
it had
vaguely
a
remember
peak
hearing about it.
yeah, it had a peak player count, remember, on release of like 600, just below 700 people max.
Oh, that's
That was
rough.
the highest. That's the highest it got. Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty
that
fucking
game
rough.
got closed, and I think it did have like a very high budget too. I forget what it was though.
I mean, games budgets are I can't even comprehend some games budgets. Some of those are insane.
Oh, it was estimated between 200 and 400 million.
Yeah.
No,
Game
Oh
budgets
no.
are
that's
fucking insane.
bad. That's a forest fire of bleeding money.
Oh yeah, that's a big
Yeah,
oof.
that's why it was so famous. Yeah.
That's a big fucking oof. I I'm struggling so hard to even think about what else to talk about with this movie. Like I like there was like the crew, there was the blind lady, there was I'm like
Ryan
Do you
Reynolds.
want to
images
talk
Ryan
images
Reynolds
in my
was
about
in it.
do you want
brain.
to talk
I'm
about
not.
Drake? We haven't really talked about Drake, the main
What
Why?
is there
villain
to say
himself.
about him?
Why? Oh, he walks into a Dracula shop. With the goths at the Dracula shop are mean to him, and then he
So then
he
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 kills
eats
him.
one of them. And they're eating Count Chocula cereal, and they're that was such a bizarre. There are so many just odd interactions in this movie, right? Just odd interactions where just two people talk with each other, and they feel
Yeah.
like they aren't even like talking like people, right? Like it's so odd. Just I don't even know how to
I
describe it aside from just no one speaks like an actual human being in
No, they
this,
don't.
and it's very like off-putting a lot of the times. You get a lot of that, and I feel like I'm just repeating myself like over and over again. I'm like,
To
what
be
else is
fair, there's not exactly a lot to say
it's
because I
just
think the overall what we felt during the movie was bored and befuddled.
We never saw the
yeah.
CG though with his eyes
Oh
in the
no,
DVD.
because we saw the theatrical
Extended.
cut because you guys were like, I don't want to watch the longer cut, which fair, but it was in the extended edition. I checked.
Oh, okay.
I did at
How
least
much
see the
longer was the
CGIs in the
extended
video.
versus theatrical? Because we watched the theatrical and it's still like 2 hours.
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Listen, even just
I
5 minutes
legitimately don't
longer would have been
remember.
too much longer.
I gotta look it up.
Hmm. But yeah, I'm sad we missed out on the CGIs. That was honestly that was like the final disappointment. Just finishing off the movie and realizing we wouldn't even get to see the eyes, and I was just like, I hate it here. I fucking hate it here. Like I okay,
Oh, it's only 10 minutes longer. I didn't know that.
this is where, and not to get ahead of myself. Maybe I will just like pad out the last bit of this with just me like talking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like
I kind of expected something like that would happen.
the last section of this is okay. So we were trying to think about like where to rank this movie, right? Because we weren't sure, and I think my final verdict is unironically that like the Hulk was bad. Right? It was so bad,
Mhm.
right?
It was so
The
bad.
effects were bad. The acting was bad. We did not leave a single department uncriticized by the time we were done with that, right? But we remember it. We remember it was bad in a funny way. A lot of the times we were like screaming at the movie, like yeah, it like went on for too long, and it was it dragged. It's not to me a perfect so bad it's good movie, but it is like it is memorable. It was interesting to talk about. I struggle to
I mean,
remember
yeah.
even a single moment of this movie. It is the worst thing a movie can be. Just completely unmemorable. Michelle's playing
I
Final
think
Fantasy
something I
14. Good for
want
her.
to pose as a question is what was, because again, it's not what we found to be the best, it's what is more technically made, right? Wasn't that the premise? Something like that?
This was technically less impressive.
I would kind of agree with that.
The script was just complete just dog water. The action scenes were fucking embarrassing. Like
This
at
might be
least the Hulk had
controversial to
like
say. It
the Hulk at least had
gone.
engaging action scenes. If they
Yeah,
felt like the punches connected, bare
yeah,
minimum
I was
I
gonna
just
competence.
say
I just know we
this might be
criticized those
controversial
two
to say,
movies.
but I think the Hulk had a pulse. This movie did not. Sorry, go on
No.
quickly.
This movie was deader than Drake.
Oh, I was gonna say we did criticize the other movies though for like, um, also like for for their treatment of women in those movies too. So it's almost like I feel like we're basically saying a movie with no substance at all is worse than having at least notable bad substance to critique
I mean, this one had some misogyny and
by
it had
putting
feet pics. This one had embarrassing feet pics.
Twice.
specifically for the male gaze.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. There was a
The
scene where
random, no, I'm not excusing the random shower scene. That
let me let
was
me let me let me
completely
explain
unnecessary.
the shower scene, right? So the Abigail Whistler's daughter in this, right? There's a scene where she's like covered in blood after a battle, and then she does a shower, and it's the most baffling sexy shower scene I've ever seen, where she's like,
Watching a Dove commercial.
yeah, she's like like kind of curled up, like sitting on the ground, and just like the water going over her like hair streaming back, and then it not once but twice has a close pan into her feet for some fucking reason, because the director was directing this with one goddamn hand, I guess. So we get feet
I'm
pics
surprised
twice in
Quentin
the same
Tarantino
scene.
wasn't involved.
It was so fucking funny. Oh yeah, the one lady's death. Oh yeah, the
When
blind lady
like
dies afterwards, and then
the
like and
blind
then
lady dies, but yet somehow
Blade tells her use it like five
use it.
times. It was
So
so
weird.
Ryan Reynolds somehow survived. I can't believe
I
it.
just wanted to yell at him.
And then they kidnapped a little girl too. First,
Oh, I forgot. Where did that
and
little girl come
Drake.
from again? I
She
forgot.
was blind lady's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. I mean, like, again, this movie has some bad stuff to criticize. It's like really just the issue is that it's fucking.
It's nothing.
Yeah, it's boring.
It's
It's
just hot
nothing.
air.
If this movie remained at the bottom of this list until the end of time, I'd be okay with that.
However, we still have Elektra to go through, and I
We
have no
still have
idea
a
how that's going
lot
to
to
be.
go through.
Because I feel like Fan Four Stick, once we inevitably get to. Wait, is that on the list? I
It's on
forgot.
yeah, it's on the list. Like way
You know
high.
what?
Yeah,
I'm
once we
gonna
get to Fan
actually.
Four Stick, it's probably going to rank higher than this just because of ironicness.
Yeah. Like I'm fine
I
with
will
removing
concede
this.
your point. Yeah, I concede your point. Like at least with the theatrical of Captain America and Hulk, there were things that we could laugh about it with it. This one, there's just nothing funny to
An
even say that was funny
an
in it.
entertaining bad movie
In a
is better
horrible,
than a boring
yeah,
bad movie.
I agree.
Which, by the way,
Yeah.
I'm using "use it" as the quote for this.
Yeah, use it.
Like it's I don't know. Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Bottom of the list.
I've been explaining Buffy the Vampire Slayer to Luck, right? Because
Yeah.
I quite like the show.
Brainworms.
Yeah, I've absolutely brainworms about it, and Spike is just like I love pathetic men, right? You know this about me, right?
Of course.
I adore pathetic men. Spike
She
is
has a diagram
I do. I have my diagram of
of
pathetic
types.
man of types. Because I like cataloging the things I like. What can I say? My psychiatrist says I'm normal. I promise.
No, they don't.
No, she doesn't. But like Spike's level of patheticness is really entertaining, right? Because he's introduced as this as this like punk vampire, basically, right? Just a violent evil asshole. And then Marston, what's the actor's name? Let me double check. Did I get that? No, not Marston. James Marsters. There we go. I was very close. James Marsters it like had the genius idea to play him as being like madly in love with his like vampiress partner. So he has this like great duality to him that feeds into this like great evolution of his character, where despite being a vampire, despite the lore saying that he has no soul, he continues to basically show evidence to the contrary, that he is capable of love and affection. And even if like he experiences those things in a very twisted sort of way, like it becomes a great bedrock for an interesting redemption arc. And it, to me, in a lot of ways, has become like the gold standard for like how to do a good like vampire, how to do a good vampire redemption arc. I think like Spike is just the example for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then of
I haven't
course,
seen it,
Power
so
of love and friendship, of
power of
course.
love and friendship, and also being really, 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 really pathetic.
Pathetic.
I've shown you the clips. I've shown you the clips of him in the one
You
episode where
absolutely
Drusilla
have.
breaks up with him and he fucking loses his mind. It's great. Just stumbling around with like with like a blanket over his head, just like
Oof, oofy, ouchie. Oh
oofy
no, it
oofy
burned.
ouchie oofy. It's great. Of course, Vampire Lestat is upon us. I think episode 1 already came out, but I don't have AMC Plus, so I'm gonna have to like wait to see it. Um,
Hmm.
and yeah, that one's kind of kind of similar but different. A lot of like the vampires from like Interview with the Vampire are defined by honestly how human they are in a lot of ways. Um, Defined by how at least in this world how fucking horrible it is a lot of the times to be a vampire, and the kind of deep alienating experience it creates. And something queer metaphor. Happy Pride Month, everyone. Yes, they definitely made Vampire
Read the
Lestat
gay
coming out in
movie.
Pride Month intentional. I'm loving all the Pride Month releases, by the way. Vampire Lestat, Masters of the Universe. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Amazing Digital Circus finale. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Luck might, yeah.
Insert spoiler here.
Me and Luck might talk about it one day, but we
If we
decided we
do
decided
talk
to wait
about it,
until after it premiered on YouTube.
yeah,
I want to give everyone a chance. Um, but yeah,
perhaps develop more thoughts and more conversation around it.
that as well. That as well. Unlike this movie, which we're already basically reaching, like
forgot it less
scraping
than
the
24
bottom
hours.
of the well at this point. We completely forgotten this movie. And I'll be happy to
Yeah.
continue forgetting it. Honestly.
Oh, I should probably mention like a bit more of the plot stuff. Something. We're developing a vampire disease to kill vampires. It might kill you,
Yeah,
Blade. But in order to make it like lethal and airborne, we need to get the blood of Vic. Or no, wait, why did I say Vic? What was his name?
Drake.
Drake. Yeah,
Yeah,
that guy.
yeah. Was that even a point of tension, really, at the end of the day, that Blade might be affected? Was that like ever actually a
They
concern?
implied it. But then we just didn't care.
We didn't care, and then they also didn't care because it has no
Yeah.
effect.
Is this? I have I have a
Basically.
question.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say, is this like also kind of like the last of like anything really Blade related? Like, is this like a hard end to Blade?
Yeah, he's not
Oh.
showing up again until Wolverine and Deadpool.
Okay, so well, I know potentially movie wise, but I meant like, is he still going strong like in the comics or anywhere else, or
He has
did
a
this
fan
kind of like,
base. He has a fan base. This didn't kill
you
him.
know?
He has a fan base.
Because I
Um
know he's really interesting in Marvel Rivals and he's got a fan base there, but like I was curious.
Still beloved amongst black comic book fans for sure. But I must admit I've never read a Blade comic, nor do I really have the desire to. Maybe one day I might check him out. But yeah, but he's still very much going. He's still very much going strong. You can presume that like any one of these, regardless of how badly the movie crashed and burned, that the comics are doing fine. Oh, and Blade has a
Mhm.
daughter. Good for him.
Okay, good.
Uh,
Alright, but continuing on with plot stuff. Blade stabs Drake. The vampire mist kills every vampire in the building. And then we get to the scene.
we haven't bothered to discuss even one aspect of the plot. What are you talking about?
The eyes.
The eyes,
Remember
the
his
CGI
death
eyes.
fake
The
outs. He's
CGI
brought
eyes.
onto the
Yeah,
table.
yeah, he's brought to the
Yeah, yeah.
table. In one version of the scene, it's actually like Drake who was disguised as Blade for reasons, because Blade earned his respect, or I don't fucking care. Um,
It's, it ends off with him like motorcycle driving away. But what we care about talking about is Wesley Snipes did not care at all and just kept his eyes closed, so they just CGI
yeah,
his eyes.
he's like I'm staying asleep. Fuck you. They're like, okay.
That's the entire context around that.
Yeah, yeah. I give this movie like
I
a
think that
11 out
covers
of
our
10.
bases.
Movie gets like a
I
1 out
give
of
it a
10
2
from
out
me.
of 10 because I actively didn't want to kill myself.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. That's worth a point, I guess.
Yeah. A 1 out of 10 is this movie is so bad it shouldn't exist because it's just that
No, that's a
blatantly
0 out of 10.
propaganda.
That's a 0 out of 10.
Fair enough. I'm still standing by 2 out of 10. Yeah,
Okay,
give some leeway so stuff can be terrible and trash.
sure. This was there's a reason why I don't give number grades for things typically, just because I'm like
Mhm.
it's always you pretend to add
It's
math to
arbitrary
something
at the end
that's
of the
always
day.
very vibes based.
Mhm.
I wonder if anything will beat it though. That's the better question. Is there going to be
Will it?
something in the future that's worse?
Let me look into my list and see what's here if I have any predictions of what might beat it.
Maybe
Um
Electra. I haven't exactly heard anything about that, and Lily implied it's also kind of bad.
I mean, the thing is, I'm like looking through, right, even amongst the ones that are like quite bad, right? Like I've like oh yeah, Black Widow's bad. I don't think it's having seen it, it's not this bad.
No, not at all.
Right? I don't think there's anything that's gonna quite hit that level. There's things that we'll probably have a lot of words about, right? But like even something as bad as Dark Phoenix has a base level of enjoyability to it. Um, even at least like X-Men Last Stand has the Juggernaut in it with the scene.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah. They're like redeeming. Really just the issue with this movie is it has nearly no redeeming qualities. Right? It's not entertaining. It's not particularly good in any way. Right? Once again, pretty much every single department is kind of like fumbling the ball. We even found some of the editing to be odd, but I'm genuinely not sure if that was just something wrong with my DVD. Right? There were like certain odd cuts, certain odd moments at the change
Audio
of
just
some
like
It
scenes,
felt
audio
like it
being
was
weird,
dropped
skipping rather
off.
than scene changing.
even though I'm actually quite confident it wasn't skipping. Um
I think it was just
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, it's not entertaining, it's not memorable, no aspect of any of it is good. One thing I didn't even mention, part of why the action scenes are so bad, being not only are the actors like kind of placidly smacking at each other in a way that's not at all believable, but also in order to compensate for that, the camera keeps on fucking shaking and zooming all over the place, giving me a fucking headache after a while, just going like, oh, zoom here, strobe effect, strobe effect. It's it like it hurts to watch, and they'll do an explosion about once every 5 seconds just to keep you awake, I guess. But even that, after a while, starts to you start to get numb to it after a while. Um, this is just this is just bad, and not even bad in a way that's all that interesting to
More funny.
talk about.
Yeah.
This is also why I say that sometimes a mediocre film is more interesting to talk about than one that is overly
Bad
bad
is
or
better
overly
than
good
mediocre.
sometimes,
Mhm.
where if something at least has some redeeming qualities, then you can at least talk about it a bit. But
Mhm.
um this is just it's a vacuum, it's a hole of nothing. You take away the CGI's story, and I think no one would even remember that this happened. I think we won't remember that it happened outside of just this image right behind us right now.
I have
No,
already
it's
forgotten most of the movie.
Yeah, and
even
I don't
I
think
had a
you'll
hard
forget
time
about it.
remembering most of the scenes in this movie.
I was today I cracked open me and Luck's next book club book, Trials of Apollo, Hidden Oracle. Um, and I think just experiencing that already helped wipe away some of the some of what we watched. Honestly, I'm just waiting to see if we can at least hit a minimum of an hour for stream today. We're almost there. We got like 30 seconds.
We're
Quick,
so close.
someone say something. Say something. Go.
Oh
Uh,
my
so I think
gosh.
at the end of the day, in terms of evolution of Marvel movies, we got the zero period of basically unreleased things that kind of seemed to have, maybe they have some ideas of they kind of want to be a little camp with things. And then we kind of got to we're embarrassed to be comic books, so we're kind of just gonna make things a bit more edgy and gritty. I cannot wait for them to be like, we're gonna be a little more comic accurate. Maybe not quite camp, but like a little more comic accurate. We're not that embarrassed.
It's kind of
Oh,
fucking
thank God
funny.
it's not.
This
Yeah,
feels like a Marvel filibuster.
it
It
is
is.
it's also kind of funny how it's like part of why Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 feels so um like why they feel so interesting and so fresh and still so good after all these years is like, yeah, it was kind of like a breath of fresh air in between all these, wasn't it? Like, as much as I
Oh,
still
definitely.
really like X-Men and X2, and I do love those movies. They definitely more are on this side of things than the Spider-Man side. Spider-Man just remains just like a beacon of light in the midst of this horrible
It was
fucking
because it
era.
was incredibly genuine.
It's so genuine. It's so genuine. And X2 at least has like a story to it that actually has like a lot of like cool ideas. What's
Meaning and
the
substance.
fucking bot doing here? Shut the fuck up.
I'll kill it. So I was just drinking some water.
I already got it.
Ah, thank you.
Smack it.
It's
I mean, on different news, Marvel Rivals is releasing their next Magic the Gathering box.
yeah.
Yay.
I don't play
So
Magic, but you guys do.
We still should try something like one of these days.
People are gonna be wanting to get their favorite cards, like Iron Man and a Magic card.
Scarlet Witch is
And they can
there.
put them on the meta.
Scarlet Witch is there. I hope.
Ooh,
I hope.
something we
I hope
should.
someone makes a. I hope someone makes a Stony deck. That'd be nice. I know.
Stony?
I know someone. I know someone's gonna make
With the
a.
thing?
Gonna make no Stony, like a Steve X cat, like a Steve X Tony.
Oh my
I know
gosh.
someone's going to.
Oh,
Yeah,
making a ship war deck would be
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
hilarious.
Someone's going to. It's
that'd
gonna
be
be
great.
great.
One of these days we should just try to set. Wait, Lily, you got Tabletop Simulator?
Yes. I think.
Quick speed, you know what that means.
It's time to
I
get our
refuse. I refuse to learn card games. I refuse to learn card games. I refuse.
Why?
Too bad. Two of your friends are card game players.
God damn it.
I have like 2,000 Pokemon cards and probably like 1,000 Magic cards.
So fucking funny.
Actually, probably a lot more than that. I've never personally counted, but I've got boxes.
For me, I'm actually primarily a Yu-Gi-Oh player.
Really?
Yeah.
I have Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Maybe you know. I only have like a very slim amount.
Well, that's the end of the stream, folks. Let's
Let's
call
go,
it.
nerds!
Let's
Lurkers,
call it.
chatters, here for a little, here for a while. I thank you all the same. This is Lucky, bowing off. Remember, everyone, lucky days.
And 3, 2, 1.
Good
Good
night.